Hey, good afternoon, my friends. This is your host of the 509 Divine Pines podcast, Joseph Daniel Pena. I hope you are doing amazing. I am. Happy New Year's, yo. Literally, Happy New Year's. Kick it off right, man. Make your life good this year. It's all about the positive state of mind. You can go ahead and then roll your way into a positive state of vibe. And then positive spiritual state. So, the mind, body, and soul, get yourself right, get that cycle flowing, glowing, and your life will evolve. That's what it's all about here, man. Helping each other evolve. If you see somebody stuck in a rut mentally, physically, or spiritually, try to help them balance. Not everybody may understand the evolving times with the way that information is coming out, but I am here to help you, and you are here to help your friends. Hey, that's what we do here. You see this cool little sticker, G Pen. Yeah, because I'm a G. I should just put an A right there. Or something, right? Pena, Pena. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get on with the news. I was supposed to have Michael Traffic on, but sorry, man. That's 2 times and you're out. You bailed on me twice, and I don't do that. Anybody who plays me, plays my time, gets kicked out, man. That ain't cool. That ain't right. I don't do that. And if anybody does that to me, that's just a no. That's what I live by, right? You respect me, I respect you. You respect your neighbor respects you. You respect the weed man respects you. You know how it goes, guys. Yo, so I'm doing great with my rosin making. I'll be honest, everything is flying. Everything's looking better and better. And let's just say within 10 years, I'll be able to go ahead and establish myself in a better market, higher way of living, just because I'm finally appreciating life. I've cleaned up on life. I am just living a peaceful life now. I mean, money could be better, but beyond that, everything else is golden, man. I've literally I'm literally living my best life right now, except for the money part, right? So until that goes, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm at like 99% happiness. Well, kind of. I'm missing love and money, so forget those two. Anyways, guys, you know what isn't missing? News for you. Do. Yeah. So over there in Greenland, they just discovered some 2 million-year-old DNA, revealing new details about ancient life. And remember, I'm speculating, and along with a lot of other people, including scientists and ancient archaeologists and people who are thinking outside the box, are saying that our world is a lot older than we are being told. Our humanity is a lot older than we originally knew, and the proof is coming out. The proof is in the pudding, they say. Well, digging in this dirt, aka pudding, they have found some animals and plants that are about 2 million years old. Hey, this is awesome. This is amazing. It's in skin cells, feces, urine, so pretty much everything that's earthbound. What we know as living beings or creatures or whatever. It's pretty cool. what I can see is that, let's just say, within 20 years, we're gonna start getting fossils or find ancient structures like won't have more. Probably within the next 50 years, we're gonna start uncovering way more tangible data, just like how it was in Egypt about 100 years ago. Most of the structures were covered up. Even these days, around in Mexico and South America, 100 years ago, most of the structures were covered up, and it's taken about 100 years of hard work for people to find some ancient pathways and uncover ancient sites. So hypothetically, within the next 50 years, we're going to start seeing some cool stuff come out. What else is cool? From Kobe University on December 27th, ethereal color variant of mysterious plant is actually a new species. It was thought there was only one species of the ghost monopastrum humile plant found in the woodlands across East and Southeast Asia. In a major new discovery, botanists revealed that a rosy pink color variant is actually a new distinct species. Shaking up our understanding of this unusual looking genus of plants, this 20-year study emphasizes the importance of combining various analytical methods to fully understand and protect biodiversity. Green leaves and photosynthesis were once considered essential characteristics of a plant. However, some plants have stopped performing photosynthesis and take the nutrients they need from other organisms instead, such as mycoterotrophic plant is a ghost-like monopastrum humile that is widely found across East and Southeast Asia. It often grows in woodlands where there is little sunlight, obtaining the nutrients it needs by feeding off the hyphae of fungi. Despite its wide distribution, it was previously believed that only one species of this plant existed in the world. Professor Kenji and colleagues have discovered a variant found in Japan that is actually a new species. Pretty amazing. Let's see if I can find a picture of this. So, right here, guys, check this out. Very interesting. That is a very fascinating plant. Look at this. If you've seen this growing in your garden, definitely think it's not normal. I mean, it definitely doesn't look normal. It doesn't have the green stalk, white, and an alien-looking head. You know, it kind of reminds me of Super Mario Brothers a little bit. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, if you're a botanist and you like plants, like there's plants with all types of characteristics. I'll be honest. The more I started getting into plants, the last like 5 years in gardening, yeah, man. Figuring out these type of things, it's just fun. It's just cool. It's nothing too crazy, and you get yourself right back down to earth. Evolutionary origins of a master gene that controls stem cells uncovered. Professor Joshua Mark Brickman at the Novo Nordisk Foundation Center for Stem Cell Medicine has unearthed the evolutionary origins of a master gene that acts on a network of genes instructing stem cells. The first in stem cell research is to understand the gene regulatory network that supports so-called pluripotent stem cells. to understand their function was perfected in evolution, can help provide knowledge about how to construct better stem cells. Mark Brickman and his colleagues have found that the master gene that controls stem cells and supports pluripotency also exists in a fish called coelacanth. In humans and mice, this gene is called OCT4, and they found that the coelacanth version could replace the mammalian one in mouse stem cells. In addition to the fact that the coelacanth is different class from mammals, it has also been a living fossil since approximately 400 million years ago. It developed into a form it has today. It has fin-shaped like limbs and is therefore thought to resemble the first animals to move from sea onto land. By studying cells, you can go back in evolution. The central factor controlling the gene network in stem cells is found in the coelacanth. This shows that the network already existed early in evolution, potentially as far back as 400 million years ago. The beauty of moving back in evolution is that the organisms become simpler. For example, they only have to have one copy of some essential genes instead of many versions. That way you can start to separate what is really important for stem cells and use that to improve how you grow stem cells in a dish. In addition to the researchers finding out the network around stem cells is much older than previously thought and found in ancient species, they also learned how exactly evolution has modified the network of genes to support pluripotent stem cells. The research looked at the stem cell genes from over 40 animals, like sharks, mice, kangaroos, and others. The animals were selected to provide a good sampling of the main branch points in evolution. The researchers used artificial intelligence to build three-dimensional models of the different OCT4 proteins. The researchers could see that the general structure of the protein is maintained across evolution, while the regions of these proteins known to be important for stem cells do not change. Species-specific differences in apparently unrelated regions of these proteins alter their orientation, potentially affecting how well it supports pluripotency. All right, so the way that we're understanding our genes and DNA is definitely at a very high level, one of the highest levels it could be for us in this time. Like, remember the Human Genome Project? I say this a lot. It just came out a few years ago, and it was to collect and database all of the world's DNA from humans to soils to plants, animals, birds, sea creatures, sea plants, anything that had living essence. They took DNA from, map out the whole world. I mean, they probably did, but this is just a outcome of it, I guess. That we're finding out like some of the oldest uh, origins of this master gene, right? Okay, yeah. Like we're literally getting to some of the highest levels of science in our DNA and genome like ability. We haven't reached like the level of overtaking, you know, humanity forever and living forever. I'm not. I don't think I'll be down for that, anyways. But like that's what they want to go to, and they're almost there. I would say so. When that type of level of science is being played with, immortality, then everything that comes around it, like the genes, fish, and all this other stuff, comes with it. So, there's a whole bunch of data, like high level data that comes with it. I mean, what good does this have for us? I don't see much of a good. I mean, I don't see that. I mean, I guess it said it helps for stem cells, so helps healing people. But it's just fascinating to see that our level of science has hit literally like that 99th percentile of understanding and changing our world. So not only are we understanding it, but there's already programs being built around all of this information on how to change our world. So you could definitely see with the world changing ever so rapidly the last few years, it's because of all the data, the AIs, and the simulations, and uh, you know, information gathering tools and all that stuff. There's a whole bunch of online information gathering. It's in real time now, literally. Like, yep. You guys get it. The future is bright. It definitely is bright. I think I posted this already. Biogel armor can stop a supersonic projectile in its tracks. A protein found in human cells has been repurposed to make material that reforms when it's struck by a projectile. A gel made of a protein found in human cells can capture particles traveling at supersonic speeds without destroying them on impact, suggesting the material can be used in body armor or for collecting space debris. Our cells contain a protein called talin that helps them sense and navigate their local environment in the body by changing structure in response to external forces. Benjamin Gold and his colleagues at the University of Kent have made a talon-based gel that reforms after it's struck. Interesting. So within the next 5 years, we're gonna have pretty much life-saving armor that can stop projects or projectiles in their tracks. Now, if we're looking about moving at the speed of light and seeing things in other spectrums, the way that the world is working, we're about to really dial it in. The world's ultimate X-ray machine will start up in 2023. The Linac Coherent Light Source 2 X-ray laser will be so fast and bright that it will allow people to create movies of atoms moving inside molecules. Early in 2023, electrons flying at nearly the speed of light in a tunnel beneath California will produce the brightest X-rays ever seen on Earth, allowing us to examine atoms and molecules in unprecedented detail. These record-breaking X-rays will be produced at the SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory, which has upgraded its Linac Coherent Light Source X-ray laser to be the fastest and brightest in the world, while the LCLS produced about 100 times X-ray pulses each second, or 100 X-ray pulses each second. Whew, you guys see that? They're gonna start having some movies. That's what I see? They're gonna start being able to create movies of atoms moving at such a high speed. You're gonna start seeing that being implemented in movies like Ant-Man, the new Ant-Man, uh, the new Marvel movies, the new DC movies, all these new superhero movies, all these movies that just love playing with science. They're gonna go ahead and show this. It's gonna be pretty fascinating. So when you see a lot of this shit in movies, like I said, don't just think that it's BS. Like a lot of times it's brand new technology and brand new data being used for the public's eyes in the form of movies. Because, these Hollywood producers pay like literally fucking millions and billions in order to use cool shit like this. This looks kind of cool. Yo, check this out. Super absorbent towel soaks up liquids better than cloth or paper. A hydrogel mesh made from vinegar, baking soda, glycerol, and alcohol sucks up water 3 times as well as products made from paper or cloth. So they're going to start having newer absorbent towels. Pretty cool. Hydrogels, meshes of long molecules linked together in a network, can absorb and hold large quantities of water. But when they dry out, they become brittle and so aren't really that suitable as paper towels. Now, Srinivasa Raghavan at the University of Maryland and his colleagues have developed a method to produce a dry absorbent hydrogel that stays intact even when rolled up. To make the hydrogel sheets, the researchers combining vinegar and baking soda then produced a foam and placed it into a Ziploc bag. They then sandwiched it in between glass plates and exposed it to ultraviolet light before setting the sheet in glycerol and alcohol. What we did could have been done 30 or 40 years ago. All the ingredients and the technology were available. They then tested how well the sheet absorbed water compared to the common kitchen towels and cloths, finding that it could absorb more than 3 times as much and didn't drip or leave liquid behind. The gel sheets can't be reused, so would fail to compete with kitchen cloths in that front, but Raghavan sees it as a more readily available alternative to kitchen roller single-use medical gauze. When the researchers compared it with gauze for absorbing blood, they found that the gel sheet could take up almost 40 milliliters, while the gauze could only absorb about half that amount. While the production process is simple and could easily be scaled up, more work could be done to make the sheets more absorbent. The designs of the sheet is original and it has impressive absorbent properties. Pretty fascinating. I mean, look at that. It looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. One thing about paper towels is that they get all messed up. Even just the slightest drip of water on a paper towel will just create a hole in it sometimes. But if they have like these type of absorbent towels, you can definitely see things just might be easier and cooler in the future. Just simple stuff to keep you guys, you know, and me on a chill track to look forward in life and look hopeful. Be hopeful, right? You can't just be down all the time. Cause you know why? Things like this get me up and get me happy, man. Get like these things make my day right here. These 5 biomedical advances in 2022, written by Megan Rosen. So first one of 2022 that she thinks is one of the greatest biomedical advances is growing synthetic embryos. 2 reports this year have revealed how to fabricate the early stages of mammalian life. With a bit of laboratory wizardry, scientists mingled mouse stem cells, which self-assembled to spawn what appears to be kind of fledgling embryo. No egg or sperm required. As they grow, these stem cell-derived synthetic embryos can form protohearts, brains, guts, but the similarity to natural mouse embryos fades quickly. The synthetic and natural versions match about development. Still, studying similar clusters of human stem cells might one day offer a way to probe the development of human embryos without relying on the real thing. Yeah, that stuff is pretty tricky because there's actually a lot of animal clones that are out there in the wild and nobody even knows. Next level organ transplants is next up. Organ transplants have started mirroring science fiction. In January, an ailing 57-year-old man received a heart from genetically engineered pig and survived for 2 months with the transplanted organ. Other surgeries plug pig hearts into the bodies of brain dead patients, a step that prepares researchers for future clinical trials. And a high-tech system hooked up to pigs' bodies after an hour of death helped keep the organs functioning. The technology, which might one day preserve human organs slated for surgery, pumps a mix of real and artificial blood through the animals. Ooh, so next up, Epstein-Barr's link to MS. Scientists dropped the Epstein-Barr bombshell this year when they just suggested that the virus is the main cause of the neurodegenerative disease multiple sclerosis. Infection from the virus greatly upped the odds of later developing MS. An analysis of millions of the U.S. military recruits found the link between the virus and MS, which scientists have suspected but never outlined to clearly be, might guide the way to potential MS treatments or even one day vaccines to prevent the disease. So, like I had said about 15 minutes ago, this next one, a complete human genome finally. Researchers announced back in 2003 that they had read all the genetic info packed into strands of human DNA, the first sequence of the human genome. But that genome was not yet complete. Some tangled up lengths of DNA remained difficult to decipher. This year, a team in March stated that they had a new and improved human genome record, this time complete from end to end. Pretty fascinating. Next, AI predicts protein structures. Artificial intelligence has taken structural biology to warp speed. A deep learning program called AlphaFold has now predicted the 3D shapes of more than 200 million proteins. Though the shapes are not lab verified structures, the massive data set could help researchers studying health and disease in all sorts of organisms, from humans to honeybees. Now, looking up a protein predicted structure is almost as easy as typing into Google. Hey, where we're going with science is literally to the moon, to the sun. Well, we are literally headed to space. I mean, here within a few years, we have already hit that level. Now, 5 other levels we reached this year. We understand now that our world is bigger and brighter, and history may go back a lot longer than we thought we knew. The first known surgical operation was a amputated leg from around 31,000 years ago by a person who lived on the Indonesian island of Borneo. Healed bone where the lower left leg had been removed suggests the individual survived for several years after the procedure. Fascinating. Biggest single-celled bacterium. Bacteria normally dwell in the microscopic world, not Margarita magnifica. Averaging about a centimeter long, this newfound bacterium is visible to the naked eye, which lives on a mangrove forest of Caribbean's Lesser Antilles, which it's about 50 times larger than any species of big bacteria and 5,000 times larger than the typical bacteria. That is pretty interesting. Look at that. So, like, you can see this thing. There's a lot of them. This is probably in water. I don't know. But that's a dime. So, big. The fastest supercomputer named Frontier crunched numbers with a mind-blowing speed this year, 1.1 quintillion operations per second. By Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee, where they're trying to open up portals to hell, the first exascale computer, a computer that can perform at least 18 times 10 to the 18th power operations per second. The next fastest computer tops out at 442 quadrillion. That's 10 to the 15th power operations per second. Exascale computing is expected to lead to breakthroughs in everything from climate science to health to particular physics. Interesting. So, what a fascinating logo right here. No idea what it means as far as occultic or symbolic, but it's just an interesting logo still. It's like they're breaking through a hole or a portal. Largest fish colony. Deep off the coast of Antarctica, ice fish congregate in a breeding colony as big as Orlando, Florida. Some 60 million nests of Jonah's ice fish stretch across at least 240 square kilometers of seafloor. Previously, nest-building species of fish were known to gather in hundreds. An abundant food supply and access to the zone of unusually warm water may explain the exceptionally large group. The closest black hole. By sifting through data released by the Gaia spacecraft, Astrophysicists discovered a black hole that's just over 1,560 light years from Earth. Dubbed Gaia BH1, it's about twice as close as the previous nearest known black hole, but that record may not stand. About 100 million black holes are predicted to exist in Milky Way. Some are visible, some are not. But when Gaia, which is previously mapping billions of stars, releases its next batch of data, closer black holes are more likely to turn up. That's me right there. Here's me in 2023. All right, let's get back to my cannabis news, guys. Court in France tosses out flower. So now CBD and hemp is legal in France. So Germany, Japan, America, all around the world, these things are getting legalized. Yeah, buddy. The whole world is finally coming to their senses. We will finally have a free world. Everyone will not be harassed. Everyone will stay sharp and high, and we will love life. Finally, we won't have to deal with these pesky officials who go ahead and use this drug as a racial divide. And man, they really capitalize on these type of things, but not anymore. We will have our justice. Oh yeah. And we'll do it right. Oregon trains magic mushroom facilitators. Gina Grazza, training for students on how to become a psilocybin facilitator, shows the items she would need to have at a dosing session, including mats, a pillow, a purge bucket, a sketch pad with colored pencils, and tissues during a class near Damascus, Oregon. Hey, honestly, mushrooms and having it in class, let's say as like high school year, senior year, everybody starts de-traumatizing. So all the trauma from all school year will be released, and they'll like use it as a progressive tool into college. Now that'd be freaking smart. Or in a middle class from high school to college, because literally, man, like doing that before college would probably be the best way to destigmatize all the bullshit you experienced in high school. I mean, even for adults, like having a place to do this and de-stress, remove all those dark energies from you, because that's what psilocybin does. It really cleanses you, puts you in good energy. It destroys all the trauma. It puts all those bad energies away forever. It actually like just washes them away. It doesn't put them inside you forever. It just washes them away, and you aren't like hating life anymore. It's amazing. Oregon knows what's up. Colorado knows what's up. I can see Washington State and California continue on the course, and we're gonna start seeing a better West Coast. This West Coast is overran by demons, and the whole world is too. But that's another story for another day. You know how we know it's changing though? Google updates policies that allow hemp and CBD products with certification. For people in California, Colorado, and Puerto Rico, you can use Google to now sell your hemp, which is freaking amazing. The war on drugs will be won. Colorado psychedelics decriminalization takes effect today, which is awesome. So go out to Colorado or Oregon and get yourself some psilocybin later. Marijuana's black market is undercutting legal businesses. We already knew that, and with the way that it's going, everybody becoming legal, it's going to stay this way. The recreational market was fun while it lasted. It brought a lot of good things. It will still continue to bring a lot of good times to people, but they tax. So, the streets don't. Scientists discover 350 new plants and animal species previously unknown to science. A majority of the species discovered in 2022 fall in the group of invertebrates, which are animals without a backbone. This includes 84 species of beetles, 34 species of moths, 23 species of moss animals, along with 13 species of trematode worms. However, what impressed scientists were the vast catalog of wasp species discovered this year. A total of 85 new species of wasps. So they had some interesting feather-like wings too. Interesting. Species of protists, 7 species of flies, 2 bumblebees, 2 polychat worms from the depths of the ocean, and a centipede with a number of segments that have never been seen by scientists before. Meanwhile, 19 new species of stick insects were described. Among the new discovery are 6 frogs, which are some of the smallest known vertebrates found living in the leaf litter of Mexico. They grow up to 8 millimeters in length, which is smaller than a 1-pound coin. However, they are yet to figure out why these frogs are this small. Scientists also found 3 new species of dinosaurs, which are armored dinosaurs from China. The museum, in a statement, said that the first of these is the oldest and most complete armored dinosaur found in Asia, while the other are the oldest living stegosaur. Together, the 2 species are helping researchers better understand how the heavily armored group evolved. The new list also includes fearsome crocodile-like predator, originally unearthed some 5 decades ago, that would have stalked what is now Tanzania during the Triassic period. Scientists said that one of the most interesting fossils finds this year is a tiny beetle trapped in Ukrainian amber, also dating 35 million years ago. And that this particular group of insects is now only found in the tropics or subtropics. When it comes to flora, researchers have described a total of 11 new species of algae this year, both fossil and living, while 4 new species of plants were described from across South Asia. Although flowering plants are relatively well known as far as groups of organisms go, it is estimated that even we have given about 450,000 species scientific names, there are about 25% of that left to describe. And what else we found recently? Alien minerals never found on Earth identified in a meteorite. A pockmarked ruddy red boulder sat for many years on the edge of a town of El Saleh, Somalia, near a popular well where herders and their animals gathered to slake their thirst. Knowledge of the stone, which weighs more than 33,000 pounds, had been passed down through generations, and camel herders who use its metallic surface as an anvil to sharpen their blades. But the boulder's history reaches even deeper into the past, to the early days of our solar system. Known as the El Ali meteorite, the hunk of metal plunged through Earth's atmosphere at some unknown date in the past. It brought with it at least 3 minerals not naturally found on Earth. Scientists recently announced. Hidden within each mineral's chemistry and crystal form are clues to events millions of miles away and billions of years ago in the past. Every new mineral, each and every one, has a voice and story to tell. The discovery of 3 new minerals is the latest twist in the multi-year dispute over the fate of El Ali meteorite. Prospectors of a small company found the stone in 2019 while searching for opal. The following year, the Somali government was unwilling to pay the multi-million-dollar price tag. The mining company exported the meteorite to China. Somalia, who inspected the meteorite upon the government's request at Al Mas University of Mogadishu, Somalia. Now the space rock still has no buyer, and Hussein fears that it will be cut into smaller chunks for sale, forever destroying a priceless piece of national heritage. The government to awake from their sleep and buy that thing and return it back to Somalia, he hopes. A small mining company hoping to sell the 33,000-pound meteorite and moved it from its original location and exported it to China. All right, well, that is pretty fascinating. It is pretty laggy here, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break for a second, guys, and
Gonna go far, that's what we on the run for, go hard. Sipping gin while we sitting, spitting those bars. Getting rich, got a vision, get the show cards. Lot of money laying around cause we go hard, always go hard. Spitting fire, see the sonar, hope they resonate with the vibe. Feel like Mozart, really I'm alive in my soul, feel like Mozart. That's what hoes are, too explosive so I show art. Yeah, I make art, sad to see people with no heart. I work to replace all of the negative, I go far with it. I'ma show all of these bitches, no complaining if you with it. Don't you dream me, see the vision, need my energy, the mission. Really take all my precision, every single day I picture where I'll be the day we get it. Feed the brothers, feed the fam, I don't really give a damn. I don't wanna get famous, I wanna lend a hand. Give the cash and rubber bands to the people always standing on my side, always down the ride, say I planned it. I'm the guy, like the supersized on the planet. In my mind, I don't gotta try, I already have it. I'll be doing damage, I was born a savage. In my mind, I already died, living lavish. Heaven is a state of mind, be glad if you have it. Living in a simulation, be patient to grab it. Universe will bring it to you if you ain't an average. If you live an average, then Satan found to manage your life. I'm just trying to tell you, if you gonna roll the dice, gamble in your life instead of living precise. I ain't perfect, but I'm gonna earn it. No, it don't concern anybody but my person.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, yeah, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay. Sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make a million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot. Feel like I'm a hot shot, like I really got a chance with it, I will not flop. Somebody gonna make a dance when I pop off, gonna have all the bitches taking all the tops off. I've been feeling like I'm really gonna kill it for the rest of my life, so I've been staying focused. In my soul, I've been feeling like $1 million, so I know that everything is really getting closer. Yeah, no posers, only been hanging with the ones I've chosen. Only all the people that are living in the right way, cause they spending every day growing. Yeah, no whole shit coming in my life and then leaving in a moment. That's the shit I'll never let into my life again, cause lately I've been feeling like I'm golden. Never showboat, I just showcase on my music that I made this far. Always knew that I could be the one that would get this far. Now I'm right here looking in my mirror, trying to figure out if there's any more fear, cause I'm getting rid of it all, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it all. Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught. meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, yeah, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make $1 million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot, feel like